Every couple of weeks, a new housing report lands on my desk, and this one's got a name that tells you everything: the lull phase. If you had a home sitting on the market longer than you expected, or if you've been waiting for the right time to buy or sell, stick with me. I'm breaking down exactly what's happening in Orange County right now. I'm going to break it down in three ways: what it means if you're an attorney or a fiduciary managing an estate, what it means if you're a general buyer or seller, and what it means if you're in the luxury market. There's something here for all three. I'm Paula Aragone. I've spent over 23 years specializing in luxury real estate sales, trust sales, probates, and high-stakes real estate here in Orange County. Part of that responsibility is knowing this market inside out, because whether you're buying, selling, or investing, or navigating a trust or property sale, the right strategy starts with understanding the market. So, here's where we stand as of July 22nd. Inventory just jumped 323 homes in just 2 weeks. That's a 7% increase, bringing up the entire active listing to 5,020. That's the biggest 2-week jump since mid-January. At the same time, demand, that's new pending sales, dropped by 6%, down 1,472. That's actually the lowest mid-July demand that we've had since the data started back in 2004. Put those two together: more homes, fewer buyers, and the expected market time, meaning how long it would take to sell everything currently on the market at today's pace, jumped from 90 days to 102 days. That's the slowest it's been since April 2020. Here's the number that really stood out to me. 64% of everything on the market right now has been sitting for at least 30 days. 41% has been sitting for over 2 months. A lot of sellers came on expecting a quick sale, and instead, they're getting crickets. The reason isn't a mystery. Mortgage rates hit 6.55 this week, the highest of the year. That's the gas pedal for this market, and right now buyers are easing off it. The one bright spot: homes that are priced right and move-in ready are selling fast. In June, half of all closed sales went pending within the first 2 weeks. So this isn't just a market where nothing sells, it's a market where pricing and preparation matter more than anything in years. Now, let's get specific, because the market affects an attorney's client, a first-time seller, and a luxury homeowner in 3 very different ways. If you're an estate planning attorney, a trust officer, or a fiduciary managing a probate sale, here's what I want you to know from this report. First, distressed sales are not an issue. We had only 8 distressed properties, 4 foreclosures, 4 short sales in all of Orange County. That's 0.2% of all listings. So 99.7% of everything that sold in June sold with sellers holding full equity. If you got a client worried about an underwater estate sale, a reverse mortgage, or something like that, that's simply not the environment we're in. There's plenty of equity even with reverse mortgages. Second, and this is one that matters most for your clients, timing now has real consequences. With 64% of all listings sitting 30 days and 41 sitting 60 days or more, a trustee who lists an inherited property without a precise data-driven price is not going to get a quick, clean sale. They're going to join that 41%. For an estate that needs to close efficiently, whether there are multiple beneficiaries waiting on distribution, a court deadline, a reverse mortgage, or anything else, that delay has real cost. Third, if the estate includes higher value property, the luxury segment above 2.5 is now averaging 193 days to sell. That's up from 171 days 2 weeks ago. That's a critical number to set expectations with beneficiaries early on before the listing goes live, not after it's been sitting for 3 months. This is exactly why precise methodological pricing based on actual pending and closed data, not a guess, is more important than ever. 99.7% of everything that sold in June sold with the seller holding full equity. This is simply not a distressed market. But 41% of listings have been sitting for over 2 months. And for a trustee managing an estate on a timeline, that gap between priced right and sitting for market is the whole ball game. If you have a client or you're a trustee or a personal representative and you want a market time and pricing assessment before you list, that's exactly the conversation I have every week. Link is below to connect directly. If you're thinking about buying or selling your own home, here's the version of this report. If you're selling, you are in more competition than you've been in years. Inventory is up 49% compared to mid-July 2023. And this isn't just a luxury problem because properties below $750,000, 43% of listings have been sitting for 60 days or more without an offer. From $750,000 to $2.5 million, it's 31% to 38%. Where you fall in that rate, expect more competition, not less. Here's the part that should actually give you hope. In June, half of all closed sales went pending within the first 2 weeks. The difference between selling fast and sitting for 2 months isn't lack. It's pricing your home at true fair market value from day one and making sure that the house shows turnkey. Sellers who try to test a higher price just to see are the ones that end up on the 41%. If you're buying, rates just hit 6.55%. That's the highest of the year, and that part is why demand has dropped. But that same rate pressure is exactly why sellers are getting more realistic and why you're seeing more inventory to choose from than you have in the last couple of years. This is a market where a well-prepared buyer has real negotiation power, especially on anything that's already crossed the 60-day mark. And here's the seasonal piece. We're in the midpoint of the summer right now. By the end of August, when school starts back, we shift into the autumn market. If you're on the fence about listing, that window to catch serious summer activity is closing quickly. In June, half of closed sales went pending in the first 2 weeks. The other half are still sitting 2, 3, 4 months. The difference isn't luck, is whether the home was priced a true fair market value from day one. If you want to know exactly where your home would fall in this market, or what kind of negotiation room you'd have as a buyer right now, let's talk. Link is below to book a free consultation. If your home is priced above 2.5 million, this segment slowed down hard in the last 2 weeks, and you need to know it. Luxury inventory rose 2% to 1,053 homes. Luxury demand dropped 9%, down 164 pending sales. That combination pushed the expected market time from 171 to 193 days, highest since mid-January. Break it down further and it gets more specific. Homes between 2.5 and 4 million jumped from 124 days to 151 days. Homes between 4 and 6 millions actually improved from 209 days down to 191 days. Above 6 million, the expected market time just stretched to 341 days. At that pace, a seller listing today is looking at way past January of 2027 to go pending. That's not a market to guess your way through. If you're interested in knowing exactly what your property is worth, connect with us using the link below and we'll send you your free tailored market analysis. So here's the bottom line across all three. Orange County has entered the lull phase. More homes, softer demand, longer times across every price point. But slower market doesn't mean bad market. It means precision matters more than it has in years. Whether you're a trustee managing an estate deadline, a family selling your own home, or navigating a luxury sale, that needs real expertise and patience. Whichever bucket you fall into, I'd rather you have real numbers than a guess. Reach out using whichever link matches, whether you are an attorney, a fiduciary, partnerships, a buyer-seller consultation, or luxury, all linked below. I'm Paula Aragone with Aragone & Associates. New episodes of our Trust series, Luxury series, and Probates continue, and we'll see you in the next one.